There's a lot of people giving advice out there, and who do you believe? Well, you shouldn't believe a person, you should believe the information. And once again today, I'm going to give you my 5 big training tips on how to avoid making these mistakes by following channels, listening to the videos, and maybe following the incorrect advice for your body. Because remember, the advice has to apply to you. So without further ado, let's hop right to it. People say don't eat too much protein, eat only blue foods, train 3 hours for a day, join a circus. What should you do? You see, most smart people have come to certain conclusions when it comes to training. Here are what I believe 5 of those conclusions. It's not only important what we know, but what we don't know. What does that even mean? Simply this. While studies can really inform us about exercise and nutrition, there's been a limited amount of studies. There's a whole bunch of information out there that hasn't been proven. I'm sure we all can agree that we don't need a study proving to us that eating fast food every single day 3 times a day would be bad for our body. Some of the most important tips out there are the most intuitive. Don't always go searching for a study to prove a point. Real training coupled with critical thinking can produce tremendous results. 2. New doesn't necessarily always mean better. Of course, there's going to be a new exercise routine in some magazine every single month, but does that mean it's the best routine? The simple answer is no. A lot of the big basics were established decades ago. The foundations of either size, strength, or weight loss, all the big fundamentals are still there. I really do believe with the introduction of steroids that it skewed the training that most people are given or what's described in magazines as being optimal for a natural trainee. The natural trainee and the anabolic assisted trainee are 2 completely different animals. Literally. Stick to the big basics and avoid whenever possible trends or fanny packs. What the? What's up, bro? What's wrong with fanny packs? Ladies love my fanny pack. Lifting heavy, training hard, and eating nutritious foods will always be there. Don't suddenly always jump to the latest fad or trend. 3. Image automatically equals authority. I get it. Someone when they're talking about training should actually look like they're training, but we get incredibly skewed when we see someone's like, oh man, look how big his arms are. He must know how to get big arms. Yes? No? I've just confused myself. The best physique doesn't necessarily always mean the best advice. What happens if 2 guys have excellent physiques, but they train completely differently? Then how should you train? Wait, no, bro, slow down. Who's right? You're right? Who's bad? Hopefully the person you listen to should have some training experience and should have a decent physique, but don't endlessly be searching through that rabbit hole. Don't go down that rabbit hole trying to find the person with the biggest, best physique and assuming automatically that they give the best advice. Don't let your eyes fool your brain. There is no one ultimate solution. If someone had that one solution, then every single trainee would be following this exact split, this exact set rep scheme, how many times to train. The simple answer is there's not one size fits all solution for every single person. The truth is a lot of different systems can work because they're exactly that. They're systems. They're based on certain parameters in terms of intensity and volume, in terms of exercise selection, in terms of the nutrients that are recommended. It's a complete system for you to follow, and it works because every single variable depends upon one another. What will tend to happen, people will see something they like in one routine and another routine, combine it together, amalgamate a whole bunch of weird different routines. They get a Franken routine, and what ends up happening, the principles that made the original system work won't work for you anymore. I do think for every single person there's a system that will fit towards their physique goals, their training experience and so forth. If I had to summarize my training system in a simple line, it'd be seek performance and aesthetics will follow. The look I'm after is the athletic aesthetic look. Try and say that shit 3 times fast. No one has all the answers. This is why you can see 2 different trainees doing completely different splits and getting results, because they're following a specific system. Find out the pattern and the overarching theme of their training philosophy. Don't pick apart one little point and think, oh, he benches on Monday. He's got a big chest. I should bench on Monday. Follow the whole big picture. Lastly, focus on the similarities, not on the differences. Of course, I'm gonna have a different opinion than a lot of different trainers and just random people that blog here on YouTube. However, that's really nitpicking because the majority of the big basics should be the same for everyone. No one would disagree with the big basics. I'm talking, of course, lifting some heavy ass weights with intensity and focus, lifting them frequently, making sure you induce localized fatigue, doing this on a consistent basis, and trying to get, most importantly, better. Coupled with eating enough quality nutrients, getting your protein intake in there, and making sure you recover and get adequate sleep, and your body will grow. The rest of the advice out there is just icing on the cake. Train always with intensity. It's not a number, it's an attitude. Guys, those are the tips. I'm done with my rambling. I'm trying to keep this video short. I want to train actually today, so I want to hear from you. The last question I'm going to ask you is, how did you find out about Chef Bob? What funky thing were you searching for? Post in the comment section below. I want to know. Hey, Chief, I heard you can get big eating snack cakes. That's true, right? Those little mini ones. Cupcake desserts. Joe Louis, I eat like 3 of them a day. I just ate 2 boxes. Post-workout. The other thing I want to ask you is, Brady, will you shut the fuck up for 1 second? Sorry. It must be my blood sugar. Those goddamn Joe Louis. I can't help it. They just work so good. And the lady at the front told me that I would grow. And then I believed her. It's not my alarm.